Hey everybody, happy Saturday. Andalusian Bull, some ice water bottled in Golden, Colorado. They make good water. They make good water. It's better than the Rocky Mountain water. Ugh. Drinking the water here, not so much. Anyhow, thought I'd tell a story today, and we're not camping this weekend. You can see we both had to work this morning, and Mrs. Buckeye and I, so we thought we'd just hang out here this afternoon instead of just rushing down there. It's 50-60% chance of rain, so we didn't know if we'd be able to do any swimming or anything, so that's why we hung here. Was going to tell a Buckeye Sea story, but I couldn't quite shape it to fit the confines of this channel, let's just say. Netflix would probably say it was okay. It's nothing that bad, but yeah, it just didn't fit. It's just a little too aggressive. How about that? Just a little too aggressive for the channel. But in light of that, I wanted to tell a story about the camping and the pool. So, as you can hear, Rocky Mountain's finest rolling down the road there. But a couple months ago, my good friend Brian came down and brought his son Aiden, and Aiden brought his friend James. And we were going to go camping, which we did, and it was a fantastic weekend. Nobody was hurt, injured, you know. Maybe somebody's feelings got hurt every now and then, but aside from that, the campground is just a mecca, in my opinion, for young men that are 10 to 14, 15, 16, can't drive yet, can't do a lot of things. There is so much to do there. You could fish, you could swim, you could play horseshoes, there's putt-putt golf, there's hiking trails. I mean, really, the sky's the limit. And every campground's got their own thing going. There's plenty of bonfires and people doing wiener roasts. It's just a good time. Well, we thought we'd let the boys, growing up in small town Ohio, it was acceptable. In fact, we did it all the time. Probably younger than 10 and 11 to go down to the swimming pool, unsupervised. The boys are 10, almost 11. They're fine. Again, it's a private pool. It's a private campground. There's people watching. How much trouble can you get in, right? You just can't get in trouble. As long as you follow the rules, the 12 rules. Of course, some of the rules for the boys are really easy to follow, No glass, don't take that in, no outside food, stuff like that. I mean, they're not going to have a problem with it. But there's one rule on there that they may have had a slight problem with, and that is to be unsupervised, you have to be at least 11 years old. They're almost 11. So Brian and I, we were sitting back and probably doing Bible study and playing chess, if I remember right. But the boys wanted to go swimming. Okay, go swimming. You don't need me to hold your hand to go swimming. You're a man now. Go ahead. So we get them all packed up, give them each a couple bucks. They got a song in their heart, a couple bucks in their pocket. And before we send them off, we give them one simple rule. You guys are mature. We trust you. If they ask you how old you are, you tell them you're 11. Simple. Well, off they go with a couple bucks in their pocket, song in their heart, and they're at the pool for a while. We're done with our Bible study, and I clipped Brian's butt at chess, and figured let's go down to the pool and see what the boys are doing. They've been down there a while. As we're getting closer to the pool, here comes James, just his bathing suit on. No towel, no shoes, walking through the dirt. No common sense. Coming to get us. We're almost to the pool at this point anyway. Like, hey dude, what's wrong? What's going on? Well, they kicked us out. Kicked you out? This is a little small campground pool that's private. 1,000,000 adults. What could you have possibly done to get kicked out of this pool? And James looks at us and he's like, I told him I was 10. You told him you were 10. And out you went. Ignoring the advice of the elders that sent you forth, saying if they ask you how old you are, you're 11. That way you can be in there by yourself. You're a big kid now. We told them we were 10. Lucky for them, we were already headed down there to watch them swim, so they got to get back in. And we got shamed by everybody because we let 10-year-olds swim. Oh Lord, they're almost 11. Come on. In fact, Aiden, I believe now is 11, if I'm not mistaken. Give them one simple rule to follow. One simple rule to follow. Just tell them you're 11. You're dang near 11. You're mature. You guys aren't going to get in trouble. We trust you. You'll be fine. It's not like we're sending you out to a pool in the middle of freaking Los Angeles with 1,000,000 people where somebody can snatch you. No, this is a little private pool at a private campground with people that see each other every weekend and know who everybody is. We're 10. I suppose you could say it was irresponsible of us to ask the boys to tell a white lie. I'll accept that. You might be right. But I know this. At much younger than 10, I was able to get on my bike, ride a half a mile to the swimming pool in town, and be able to go to the pool all afternoon with a couple bucks in my pocket and a song in my heart and not cause any trouble, and then get back on my bike and go home. I didn't have to tell anybody I'm 10. Ay, ay, ay. There is no real moral to this story other than the boys learned a valuable lesson that day, and one that they'll have to master as they grow into manhood. Ladies, tune out right now. This is guy talk right now. But that lesson would be for us fellas that there is a time and a place where you have to tell a little white lie, and where nobody's going to get hurt. It's not a big lie. It's just a embellishing of the truth, let's call it. Let's call it embellishing, stretching the truth. You are human. You are at least 10 years old, and you're almost 11. So you could say, I'm 11. That's not too big of a stretch. It's not like the dudes were saying they're 21 trying to get in a bar. Now, that's a different that's a different subject and totally inappropriate. But swimming pool, fellas. Now, I'm not condoning you to lie to your parents. All I'm saying is there's a time and a place where you have a little room to wiggle with your age, and this was one of those times and places. Another time and place that you got a little room to wiggle with your age is at the buffet, where they ask you, you know how old you are. And I've got some great stories from my son and when he was young. You're 5 if they ask you. They come to the table. I'm 6. Y'all probably think I'm terrible trying to cheat a buffet out of a couple bucks. That was when I was really young, and a couple bucks is a couple bucks. Now it don't matter. Whatever. Okay, you're 6. I don't care. But there's a time and a place you will find throughout your life, fellas, where you may have to embellish your age a little bit. As you grow and mature into men, you might only be 20 years old. You might have to stretch the truth on occasion, and I'm not encouraging you, so don't do this. I better not even say it, because you'll do it. Both of you would. I know it. Well, no, you wouldn't, because you can't follow directions, so you do the opposite of what we told you. And that's what they did the whole trip. We asked them to do something, they do the exact opposite. So, I don't know. Thank goodness I'm not raising an 11-year-old boy in this world anymore, because I just can't keep up with all the games and everything, and just totally doing the opposite, and the farting and the hot talkies and the PlayStation and all the weird YouTube channels, and can't keep up. Anyhow, that's the story. It was a great week, great weekend. We had a good time. The boys loved it. And they had a lot of freedom that week, and that was what the weekend was about, was to teach them, hey, if you're responsible and respectful, you can have a little bit of freedom. You can be trusted to do a few things. And they were trusted to go to the pool. And I guess I shouldn't be hard on them. They were truthful young men. It's very noble, very good thing to be. A lot of stories from that weekend. But the moral of every one of those stories is they did exactly the opposite of everything what they were asked to do. Anyhow, folks, that's the story of the swimming pool at the campground. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you later.